My enemies are many. My equals are none. In the shade of olive trees, they said Italy could never be conquered. In the land of pharaohs and kings, they said Egypt could never be humbled. In the realm of forest and snow, they said Russia could never be tamed. Now they say nothing. They fear me, like a force of nature, a dealer in thunder and death. I say, I am Napoleon. I am Emperor. Burn it!
Greetings everybody, actually here we have the result of Total War series, and first one for Napoleon Total War. I'm just gonna go quickly with tutorials and then gonna proceed with maybe battles, maybe campaigns. I mean, most likely campaigns. I don't know if I'm gonna play all of them, but definitely a few before we're gonna switch to mods. Or maybe just I'll play some things with mods, we'll see. Yeah, War at Sea is like... ugh. Actually, maybe tutorial is not something I require. If it didn't change much from the... I mean, hopefully it didn't change much from the Empire Total War. And, mind you, this game is considered... Napoleon is considered much better than the base game. Rather Empire, and I'm somewhat inclined to agree. I had a chance to play this game like a long time ago.
Welcome to the Siege of Toulon. Here you will learn the basics of commanding an army on the battlefield. You have been given control of Napoleon's French army. Camped in and around this fort are your British enemies. Your task is to rout the British army from Toulon. Let's start by selecting your cannons. Now, move your cursor over an enemy unit and right-click your mouse to order your cannons to attack. Whilst you are shelling the enemy, practice raising and lowering the camera by rolling the middle mouse button. Alternatively, you can use the Z or X keys. Keep up the pressure by firing your cannons at the enemy. As they take damage, their morale will reduce, and this will eventually make them run away. You have successfully routed an enemy unit. If you rout all enemy units from the battlefield, you will be victorious. You can use the W and S keys to move the camera backwards and forwards, and the A and D keys to strafe left and right. You can rotate the camera by clicking and holding the middle mouse button. Alternatively, you can use the Q and E keys. Try this now. Select a line infantry unit by left-clicking on the unit or left-clicking the unit card on the review panel at the bottom of the screen. You can double-click here to automatically hand the camera to the unit. Now, left-click on the Fire at Will button on the review panel at the bottom of the screen. This unit will now automatically fire at enemy units within range of their muskets. Left-clicking this button again will cancel the order. Units are set to fire at will by default. While enemy troops with broken morale can return to fight once they recover their resolve, these British troops have been shattered. let them flee for their lives. Well done! You have successfully routed the first wave of enemy units. Now, right-click on the locations indicated to order your units to advance forward. Alternative, to increase the speed of your unit's movement, click the Run button on the review panel. Or double right. If you right-click and drag at your chosen destination, you can determine the width, depth and orientation that your troops will form up in. You can also use the rotation and increase file and rank buttons at the bottom of the screen to adjust your unit's shape and orientation.
Artillerie au rapport!
Each unit has a set of special abilities, which can be used during a battle. These abilities can be selected from the bottom of the screen and range from tactical formations to explosive shot types. A second wave of enemies are approaching. Keep your units behind this cover to give them an advantage over the enemy.
L'infanterie suisse attend les ordres.
Monsieur!
Oh God, where's his head?
Richard! Lancez des ordres!
Recruit, man! À mon ordre! Oui, monsieur.
Break off!
Ils sont garde révolutionnaire! Infantry! Tenez bon, soldats!
Canon moyen!
Garde!
Le canon est prêt, monsieur!
Aura affaire à moi! Apportez de tir! Garde révolutionnaire! Garde révolutionnaire! Garde révolutionnaire!
I mean, the units are not big, but I imagine this might be because of the tutorial itself.
You have seriously reduced British numbers. Click on the melee attack button in the unit panel.
Infanterie d'élite!
Now, mouse over an enemy unit and right-click to engage in melee. You can double-click to charge. These men will remain in melee mode whilst the button is selected. Click it again to disable melee mode and have your men fire on the enemy when next ordered to attack.
Steady! No panicking! C'est ça, cervelle! Nettoyez-moi ça! Ah bien, standard! Fall back!
Napoleon has joined your ranks for the final push. Use Napoleon wisely and keep him protected. His presence in battle will strengthen the morale of nearby friendly units. Your general also has a set of special abilities, which includes Rally, the ability to boost the morale of your units within the general's radius for a short period of time, and Inspire, the ability to increase a specific unit's morale, melee and accuracy abilities for a brief period of time. Both of these abilities are clearly indicated on the troops currently being affected by them. Use the commands you have just learned to rout the rest of the British Army.
Ordre bien reçu! État-major des généraux, à vos ordres! Monsieur!
Soyez un officier digne, mourrez en silence, monsieur.
C'est pas méchant!
Venez bon, soldats! Infanterie d'élite! Feu! Stand ready, man! Stand well fight, soldiers! Recruit, man! Stand fire! Break off! Position! Retreat! Position! Stand fast! Hold that and steady! Break off the attack!
État-major des généraux! Immédiatement!
Alright, that was it. Probably nothing new, but just wanted to remind myself this. A campaign tutorial I'm gonna play later. But I guess it's nice that the loading times are not long, maps looking slightly better, like in general everything seems fine.
Welcome to the Battle of Algeciras Bay. Here, you will learn the basic navigation and command of the French fleet. Anchored off the coast of Gibraltar are the Royal Navy, your British enemies. Your task is to remove their fleet from the Mediterranean by any means necessary. This is your flagship, the most important ship in any admiral's fleet. The circular flag above your ship is its icon. The green bars at the bottom represent the strengths of the hull on each side of your ship, and the white bar at the top represents the amount of damage your sails and masts have taken. It appears your ship has taken some damage since last being in port, and is in need of urgent attention. Left-click on the ship card at the bottom of the screen. Now, select the Repair Ship button at the bottom of the screen to get your crew to fix the damage.
Alright, it won't stick because God mode. Oh well, yeah. I don't care much about war at sea, but campaign tutorial.
Some men live and die in the shade of their olive trees. A lifetime of peace and simplicity. This book is the record of a man who wanted more. A man who wanted everything. His name was Napoleon Bonaparte. Soldier, general, emperor. Yet, all things have a beginning. There was a time when Napoleon was just a boy. A boy from Corsica.
The music is nice, even though I lowered the sounds, but I guess it's cutscenes, so it doesn't matter.
Ambition. Instilled in the mind of a child, it becomes a powerful force. From an early age, Napoleon was taught that ambition can make a man great. His father had done everything in his power to secure a place for his young son in a school on the mainland, far from Corsica and the confines of island life. Welcome to Corsica. You're about to learn how to build an empire through conquest and diplomacy, establish vast and profitable trade routes, research new and exciting technologies, and advance Napoleon's military power on both land and sea. Fame and glory await. Let's start by getting comfortable with the camera controls. To move the camera around the map, simply press and hold the middle mouse button while moving the mouse in any direction. You can also zoom in and out of the campaign map by rolling the middle mouse button back and forth. Let's select your
Huh,
general,
there is no...
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oui, monsieur.
Move your mouse. Napoleon has a set number of movement points that can be used in each turn of the game. The distance he can move is shown by the large colored area around him on the map. Each time Napoleon moves, this area becomes smaller until his movement points for the turn are exhausted. Also, within the character's movement area is a slightly smaller area in a different color. This is the zone of control. An enemy army or navy that enters the zone during the turn can be attacked.
Alright,
Try moving Napoleon to the port of Bastia on the
Préparez-vous!
northeast coast of
Marchez!
Corsica. Towns, ports and cities form the backbone of your nation. Double left-click on one of this panel contains information about your general, including his current location, bodyguard unit, age, personal traits, followers, and once you have finished everything you want to do during this turn, select the end turn. As Napoleon prepared to leave his island home, he must